It is 6:48. We are joined live by Senator Jon Tester. Jon, how are you doing this morning?
It's a great Monday morning.
Absolutely.
Great time to be in Montana, for sure.
Had beautiful weather over the weekend, so we're happy to have you here.
It's great to be here.
Now,
Thanks.
there's a lot of different topics that we could be discussing this morning, but today actually being the second anniversary of the overturning of Roe v. Wade, that landmark reproductive rights decision by the Supreme Court. Before we talk about the present and the future in your eyes, take us back a couple years ago. What first went through your mind when you heard that news?
Well, it's the first time in my lifetime that freedom's been taken away from people in the country. I mean, Roe v. Wade was the law of the land for 50 years. It should still be the law of the land, quite frankly. I don't think Montanans want to be told by the federal government how to make health care decisions, or any government for that matter. And so it was a giant step backwards, I believe, in freedom. I mean, look, for a person to make their own health care decisions is critically important. And for the federal government to step in, as the court did 2 years ago, and say, no, this isn't your decision, we're going to have politicians or judges make those decisions, it just doesn't sit square. And so what went through my mind was, this is a step backwards in a country that prides itself on freedom and privacy. It's a step backwards on both of those issues, and I think those are issues worth fighting for, and that's why we're in town today.
And as you've been out on the campaign trail, there's a lot of issues on voters' minds, the economy, the southern border. Where does reproductive rights, in your mind, sit with Montanans?
It's certainly in the top three, if not the top issue. I think that, like I said, you know, I tell folks that Montanans are Democrat, Republican, Independent. They're all libertarians. They like to forge their own way. And it's particularly important when we're talking about things like healthcare decisions. I mean, what's more intimate than that? And so it's a big issue in the state of Montana, and will be a big issue during this campaign.
And what do you see for the future of reproductive rights?
Well, hopefully Congress will be able to act, and hopefully, you know, there's a ballot initiative that'll be here in Montana to be able to enshrine it in our Constitution. That will be helpful, but hopefully Congress will be able to come together and make some decisions that won't be based on pure politics, but based on freedoms of people.
And while you're here in Bozeman, tell me a little bit about what you'll be doing today.
Well, we're going to have a little get together and talk about the Dobbs decision, the decision that repealed Roe, and we've got several women that are going to join me. One military person that's trying to have a baby using IVF, a nurse, and some other folks. We're also going to be talking to some first responders today. We visit with them about what they're going to need, how the federal government can help supply them. You know, look, for the most part, funding for police and fires, all local government. But the truth is, the federal government can help with equipment. I've got a bill that some first responders are concerned about with the drones, making sure that we're building drones here in the United States. Well, the drones are coming out of China. And quite frankly, it's another issue of privacy. But the first responders are using those Chinese drones. We got to figure out how they can make that transition without a break in the bank, and still allowing them to be able to do the job that they do, which is critically important. So there's a ton of issues out there. So it's kind of interesting, for sure.
Definitely. Well, we can't thank you enough for your time and spending a little bit with us here on Montana this morning. Senator Jon Tester, thank you very much again. We're going to take a short break.